and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to welcome Ari Gold to our stage this evening. JD MBA at the University of Michigan. He is the co-founder, former senior partner, and co-CEO of Miller Gold Talent Agency and former owner of Terrence McEwick Agency, where he represented a long roster of A-list celebrities. Joining him on stage tonight is co-anchor of Weekend Today and a national correspondent for NBC News, Erica Hill. Hill graduated summa cum laude from Boston University with a bachelor's degree in journalism and was part of the NBC News team that won a Peabody Award for the network's 2013 cross-platform effort, In Plain Sight, Poverty in America. And in 2015, the Alliance for Women in Media honored her with the Gracie Award for Outstanding Correspondent. We are here tonight to celebrate the release of Ari's book, The Gold Standard, Rules to Rule By. Without any further ado, please welcome Ari Gold and Erica Hill.
Charge him for that one?
Absolutely. How you guys doing? Right.
Ari Gold. This is quite the book. Why now? Why was it now that you decided to share these 18 secrets and rules to live by?
It's really all about timing, and as everyone knows, I've been crushing it for decades. And you know, I think people are very curious as to how I do it. You know, I believe that you don't have any power until you have all the power. And, you know, I believe in tough love, and I speak the truth as I know it. And we're living in times where everyone is so politically correct, and I just don't give a fuck.
Were you always that way?
I came out of the womb like this, yeah. I just was a fire-breathing, money-making machine.
Yeah. How do you get all the power? I heard you tell my colleague Matt Lauer earlier this morning that it's about sucking the oxygen out of the room.
Yeah. You know, people accuse me of having bullying tactics, but the reality is, if I deliver, then that's all that matters.
So it doesn't matter how you get there?
It really doesn't. You know, when I ran the Miller Gold Agency, every agent had to have a college degree, and not every agency has that. So I was surrounded by a bunch of people that really cared about education and that were overqualified and ready for the fight. And at my agency, we either were fighting, fucking, or making money.
Or doing all three at once?
That would be the trifecta.
That would be a good day for Ari Gold.
It's a good day for anybody.
When you're going back through the book, before it went to print, was there anything you regretted sharing? There's some rather honest dialogue and experiences that you put in there. And you say you want your kids to read this.
Yeah, I want them to know why I wasn't around for Pee Wee football. You know, why I wasn't there, because I was making sacrifices. And so they can see this is, you know, a part of life. And they can realize that sometimes life, you have to make sacrifices. Because we're living in times right now where I think that there's a generation that just wants to look for that easy button. And we're living in times where everyone thinks, and rightfully so, that they're a celebrity because of social media and things like that. And I came up in a different way, where I had to earn it and grind it out, literally.
It all comes back to that. You're not on social media.
I'm sorry?
You're not really on social media.
No.
Why?
You know, it doesn't serve me. That's why with moments like this, I'm not overexposed. You know, I'm a father. I go home and I punish Mrs. Ari, you know, and she deserves it. You know, and you know, if I was, you know, doing selfies and taking pictures of Radicchio, you'd be fucking sick of me. And you wouldn't want to buy this book. So it's all about picking your moments.
So once the book sales take off, then you'll get the Instagram account?
I'm never going to be on Instagram. No.
You talk about how, on a serious note, with people coming up, you wanted people with college degrees, but I know you even talk about in the book, you have to start in the mailroom, and you have to have that drive.
Yeah.
Is that drive missing nowadays from a lot of the people that you see?
I don't know if the drive is missing, but the reality check in terms of, are people willing to go through the steps? Are they willing to have gone through 4 years of college and go to the mailroom and check your ego at the door? I don't know if that exists. If it does exist, sky's the limit. They can do whatever they want.
Do you think your kids have that?
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so.
I think that one would imagine a pretty privileged upbringing. There are some tidbits about a bar mitzvah in there with well-paid entertainment, a lot of big names.
Yeah,
Do you think that spoils them at all?
Listen, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson showed up in a tutu for my kid's bar mitzvah. Right? That's the kind of power I have. And by the way, it was his best fucking work.
Loyalty is very important to you.
Loyalty is very important indeed. Listen, Vinny Chase, I was there I saw him in a Mentos commercial, okay? And now he's making $20 million a movie. And now I'm running a studio. I might as well tell you guys, because you don't know this about me, but I'm running a major studio. And my first order of business was to get Vinny Chase a job as the lead. And Vinny immediately asked if he could direct the movie. He's never directed before.
You weren't worried about taking a chance on it?
He's always come through for me, and what's really important is that that I be there for him, and that I have loyalty, and he has loyalty towards me. So only good can come from that. I am a shark, and I tell the truth when it serves me, but I am loyal.
You mentioned you tell the truth when it serves you.
Yeah. And by the way, I'm the only person that says that. Because no one will be honest with you.
Well, maybe these people will after tonight, after they read your book. Because one of the things you say is, it's to tell the important part of the truth.
Important part of the truth, indeed.
In your mind, what's the most important part of the truth? What's that grain that you should go for, and what are the things you need to leave out?
The reality is that some people truly don't know how to process the truth. So you have to finesse the truth so that it serves you, and then think of the end game. And that is strange territory to navigate. And I've navigated it now for decades on an incredibly high level.
When did you start? Was it as a child with your parents? Was it junior high?
I was, I'm first generation Israeli American, so yeah, I give a lot of tough love. Ari, the name Ari means lion, and I quite literally, yeah. There you go, another Ari in the house. Ari means lion, and you have to be fierce in this life.
What's been one of the most difficult experiences for you?
This moment, being interviewed by you. But we're going to get through it.
I'll take it. I think we will. I think we're doing just fine.
You are overqualified, and we're lucky to have you, by the way.
You're very kind.
It's true.
Very kind.
It's true.
I don't think this is the moment to exercise this rule, but you also talk a lot about how it's important to know when to leave the party.
Mm-hmm. You can overstay your welcome and end up like Robert Downey Jr. in 1997, just blacking out. What? Downey is living the dream, working on his highest level as a human being and as an artist. And he's the first person to tell you that in the 90s he did a bedroom tour where he would wake up in people's bedrooms. He didn't know when to leave the party. Now he does. But we all have to go through that phase. And, we've all been through it.
Does Charlie Sheen know when to leave now? Because in the book, in the book you say that, hashtag winning, that's really all the brilliant plan of Ari Gold.
I just encouraged him to be his authentic self. I didn't know it would go that far.
You didn't know quite how authentic it could be.
I didn't know. How was one to know? But, you know, we need to move on.
So this is when we leave that party.
Move on, indeed.
Done.
Good call. That's exactly right.
Thank you. Who do you have your eye on? Even though now, so you're running this film studio now.
Yeah.
What do you think is sort of, you know, who's the next great talent? What's the next great film that's going to come along? I'm guessing Vincent Chase in your mind may be involved in at least one of them.
Vinny Chase is starring in a movie for me called Hide that will be released on June 3rd. Yeah. And that movie will probably gross somewhere between $300 and $400 million domestically. That is my prediction. I could be off by $11.
That's the price of a child's admission these days?
Yeah, children can't even get in.
So there you go.
That shit.
Johnny gonna make a cameo?
Johnny Drama will listen, here's the thing about Johnny Drama is, you know, God bless him. You know, he's tenacious, and he's Vinny's right-hand man. He's his brother. I don't see the resemblance. None of us have ever seen it. He cooks a mean omelet, and he's stuck around. And because of my relationship with Vince, I tolerate him.
What haven't you done at this point in your career that you still want to do?
Well, I mean, I'm just, you know, as a studio head, it's all new to me right now. So, can I build that slate of movies that is what I think will be great movies that make a great deal of money and that keeps everyone happy and that leads to bigger, better things. And then the next step, I can't really tell you right now, but I think there's a lot of countries that need my help. Let me just say that. Okay.
They were checking passports at the door. They were, is it tough though being in this role now? Because for so long, you've controlled things. You've been the person with the plan. You've been the guy in charge who knows it all. Now, as you just said, this is sort of, you know, uncharted territory in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I mean, everything that I've done has really informed this moment. Because, listen, I was always reading scripts, I was always advising different agents and actors on what they should and shouldn't be doing. So I have a real reference for what makes a great movie and what makes a great role. So I'm in a great position right now, and I have amazing relationships all over town. So you know, I'm as qualified as anyone's ever been to do this.
On that note, I think we have time for some questions from the audience. If anybody has a question for Ari Gold. Somewhere there are people with microphones coming your way.
We have a question right over here.
Yeah, I just wanted to know what you would do if you represented Tom Brady and what advice you would give him.
Tom Brady makes anywhere between 20 and, let's say, $50 million a year. He's married to Giselle. He has 3 Super Bowl rings. I think he's doing just fine. Let's be honest. There are so many other things in the NFL to worry about beside, you know, the size of Tom Brady's balls.
This gentleman over here.
When is Entourage, the movie, coming out?
I don't know what that is.
You said Vinny has a movie coming out.
Vinny has a movie on June 3rd called Hide.
Anybody else we would know in the cast along with him?
There are a lot of brilliant actors. Some of them some of them very, very high profile. Some of them, Liam Neeson does a brilliant cameo in it, crushes it. Everyone from Pharrell to Mike Tyson. I mean, there are so many cameos. If you were playing a drinking game and had to do a shot every time a high-profile person came on screen, you'd be hammered within the first 11 minutes.
I want to know what Ari Gold's greatest fear is.
Not being first, not winning, not bringing home money for Mrs. Ari and for the little Ari children.
We'll take a question here in the back.
Hi, do you ever think of acting yourself, like instead of being an agent?
You know, I'm gonna leave that up to the thespians that some of them have studied, some of them have not, some of them are viciously mediocre and overpaid and underworked. Like that Piven guy. Let's be honest. I am not a fan.
I'm currently unemployed and looking for representation. Can you help me out?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I love the fact that you've stepped up and you've stood up, quite literally. And that, I mean, you know, it takes a lot of balls to do it. So, you know, the reality is that I think everyone will get their shot. And I'm not just saying that. Everyone will get their shot. Will you be ready? I know that sounds so cheesy, but that's the variable. Will you be ready for the moment? Like Shakespeare says, the readiness is all. Wow, that was deep.
Ari Gold quoting Shakespeare.
We'll take another question here in the back.
So that Piven guy in 06 said, I'm in it to win it. Do you think that's, he won it yet?
I don't think Piven's winning right now. I think Piven's losing. I don't know who's on his team or what they were smoking when they advised him to go to London. Season 4, Mr. Selfridge, Mr. Selfie. What is that? Has anyone seen Mr. Selfridge? You're fucking lying. No one's seen that show. No one wants to see Mr. Selfridge. You know, I mean, he's wearing tights and he's walking in circles in Holland Park somewhere with the remaining members of Mumford & Sons. Fuck Piven.
What's your favorite Ari quote?
Favorite Ari quote is when I said to Lloyd, have you had so much cum squirted in your face that you can't see what's right in front of your fucking face?
You were asked and you answered. By the way, how is Lloyd?
Sorry, what?
How is Lloyd?
Lloyd is living the dream, thanks to me. He is the hardest working, highest paid Gaysian man in the history of Gaysian men.
So he's good.
He's fantastic. He's an agent. I promoted him. You know, he would be doling out packets of MSG like in some Chinatown.
We have time for one more question.
Take it all the way here in the back.
I have a beautiful girlfriend in Colombia who lives in Germany, and what's happening, she's about to get baptized by the Mormons to be a nun. So, what do I do?
I would live your dream. Not focus on the fact that she has left you to be celibate. I would focus on your dreams, your hopes, your career, and just punishing other women. And she will come back to you. Next question. That was awkward.
Hello.
Yeah, let's wrap it up with one more because that would be an awkward way to end.
I've come all the way from Australia for this, and my 8-year-old son here wants to know why you were so mean to Lloyd when he was trying to get promoted.
Well, if you look what happened to Lloyd, he now is thriving. and will continue to grow because of my tough love. I could have fired Lloyd many times, but at every turn he rose to the occasion, and he became a stronger man because of it. So I'm really proud of him, and he's doing a brilliant job. And there's two schools of thought. I mean, in this country, sometimes we do a little too much nurturing. And so I just gave Lloyd a lot of tough love, and now he's living the dream. He's got a very attractive boyfriend that punishes him every night. And he FaceTimes me all the time. And I say, Lloyd, I don't fucking FaceTime, man. And he goes, come on, Ari, let's do it.